As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me. I love this place I come from. To live another way I cannot foresee. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. As an American, I've been to the peaks of majestic mountains where the air is sweet. I've watched the eagle as it soars in beautiful skies that just can't be ignored. And by this country I'll always stand, for freedom and liberty for every man. When times are hard and things get rough, America always stands ready and rough. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Real News Live. How you guys doing tonight? Hopefully everyone is doing good. A lot happening in the next couple of days. Summit of Nato is happening starting tomorrow, so a lot going to happen really quick here. Hi, Rodney. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Nana. Hi, Richard. Hi, Pam. Hi, Gina. Hi, everyone else that's in here that I have not said hi to because we're not in chat yet. Hi, Tia. How you doing tonight? God bless you all for being here. God bless everybody. We know lots happening in the world. I'm sorry there's a fly in my room. Sorry about that. But, of course, as Sweden moves closer to NATO membership after the deal, of course, with Turkey, with the Turkish president today, we know for sure Sweden's going to be a NATO member. The biggest question is, and the step forward, with Turkey agreeing last minute to remove the major roadblocks in return for helping revive Turkey's own challenges in joining the European Union. That's one thing. But looking at what's happening with Ukraine is a total another problem. Maybe a historical day starting tomorrow, and maybe the beginning of the end of World War II. We don't know yet. As we know, Biden, of course, is meeting with Zelensky directly, as well as during the NATO summit, so it's a lot going to be happening at once. And fortunately, it's very high stakes at this point. The NATO summit, of course, is seeking an agreement on Ukraine's bid after Turkey's deal on Sweden. So the concerns are definitely high. Both NATO leaders are gathering for a summit starting tomorrow, seeking to overcome division on the Ukraine membership bid. This is a huge problem. If NATO accepts the bid for Ukraine, or even a partial bid, heavy repercussions by Russia, of course. Russia's already said this several times. And it was part of the Minsk agreements that no country next to Russia would get nuclear weapons. We're already violating so many agreements, it's not even funny. Why stop there? I mean, NATO's list of comprehensive plan to, of course, bring Ukraine into the fold, even if a membership is not granted right now, could mean disaster, and it could be spelling disaster for all of us. No notification tonight. You should have got a message. Didn't get a notification. Sorry about that. Hi, Linda. Hi, BK. Hi, Glenda. Seeing you guys join. This is a true problem. When narrowing this force together, we know Ukraine. We sent them very powerful weapons, cluster munitions, possibly chemical weapons at this point, over just this last couple of days. And then this NATO summit, which is the big breaking point. This is a red line Russia will not allow to cross. And if we do cross it, Russia's already said there's going to be major consequences. Now, Russia said there's going to be consequences to lots of things before. But Ukraine's pushed for NATO membership, and other NATO members agreeing that Kiev can't join during wartime, but yet they have disagreed over how quickly it could happen afterwards or under certain conditions during wartime. So this obviously leading a path to membership, which directly violates the Minsk agreements, which we've already heard Germany and Hungary and now Poland speak out about the U.S.'s interference with other countries. And Biden's going to sidestep NATO. Biden, of course, plans to meet with Zelensky one-on-one at the NATO summit. Of course, being the only country really that has any true power in NATO, the United States having a sideline conversation with Zelensky on the NATO summit in Europe. And the White House has already confirmed this. It didn't say when the meeting will take place, but it's definitely set. This is crazy. Ukraine isn't ready for NATO membership. They shouldn't even be offered a NATO membership under any circumstances. Yet we're pushing this fighting of a war, sending cluster munitions and other arms there, so we don't have anything to defend ourselves at this point. We look at the pressure we're putting on China day by day. It's becoming drastic. Literally. Yeah, until the war is over. But yet they have alternate contingencies that they will help if nuclear radiation is detected, if biological weapons are detected in Ukraine. So far, Britain has already sent depleted uranium rounds, which, of course, release radioactivity and nuclear materials every time they're used. If we did send chemical weapons, and we're trying to claim that we didn't, we destroy the ones that we supposedly had the same day we sent cluster munitions to Ukraine, which is a breach of international law. To begin with, that's a whole other story. Biden's already having difficulty with the decision he gave to give cluster bombs. I mean, amongst congressional pushback right now, we're seeing that Biden, first of all, Biden shouldn't even be in office. But this is all pointing to one thing. Biden is trying to cover his ass in something in Ukraine. Something either Zelensky knows, and Biden's defending whatever he can do, calling a very difficult decision, but he's going to do it anyways. I mean, obviously, violating international law. It's not a question. Yeah, Ukraine will go. Well, the problem is BlackRock might not even be able to buy it then, Susan. Ukraine goes bankrupt, Russia takes it. Of course, we don't want that to happen either. But Russia, of course, already signed a peace agreement the month after the war started to only keep the properties where the people voted to stay or to become part of Russia. Of course, that agreement was made with Ukrainian President Zelensky, and it was Zelensky that pulled back from it after U.S. officials, of course, said that it wasn't a great agreement for them. Ever since, we've found hundreds of thousands of lives lost from a war of attrition that Ukraine cannot stand. Well, Biden's not going to stand anywhere pretty soon. Biden will be in prison. Hopefully. The information that has come through just on the Biden family and Biden directly interference, taking bribes from foreign nations while in office as vice president, should alone be arrested for treason. Of course, punishment for treason is death. We don't carry out that sentence anymore, but as a sitting president, still sitting president, it is ridiculous. And watching him further this war in Ukraine, of course, in this crucial time during this NATO meeting, a lot's going to be happening very quickly. Very, very quickly. We got China and Russia both being extremely quiet. We know Putin has met with now the leader of the Wagner Group and the leader of the rebellion. Just days after, of course, the road tried to launch a failed uprising in the Kremlin. But, of course, the meeting means a lot. It means that Russia's ready to move full force, that they're really ready to sidestep problems that they're having internally. They're ready to do whatever's necessary. And that should be an awakening for everybody. Truly. This should be opening everybody's eyes. Putin sits down with a meeting with somebody that just tried to take over the country and invites 35 people, commanders, detachments, management of different companies, and, of course, Zelensky himself. People need to wake up. Russia hasn't used a lot of modern technology yet in their war. But they do have it. They do have modern tanks. They do have modern missiles, modern planes. The few times they have used any of those modern equipment, they have been extremely successful in any attack with it. People need to wake up. One thing after another, the corruption in this country, and trying to push it to other countries, isn't happening anymore. When you have NATO allies like Germany, Hungary, and Poland all stepping up and saying the United States needs to step out of their business, basically, it's a big problem. I mean, right now, the left is so agitated with not being able to get their way. There's a coalition calling on Congress to investigate the Supreme Court's ethics. The Supreme Court has not been one side or the other, has not been right or left. They've been making decisions that are uniformly with the Constitution. Calling the ethics of the Supreme Court into question is disastrous, especially at the time we're at right now. The only bedrock left in America is the Supreme Court, and we're going to question them. Question the only honest part of our country left. South Korea is having money issues. France is having money issues. Paris is in France. They're having money issues. North Korea, of course, is stepping up and saying they're going to shoot down U.S. spy planes that are violating its airspace from now on. If Putin unleashes all his resources on Ukraine, and Ukraine decides to call foul or say that there's nuclear radiation, that means we automatically would indict or call up Article 5 and enter World War III, which Russia would push the button then. hate to say it, it'll be devastating. Watching what's happening, this tit for tat, and the NATO summit is really a big problem right now, especially with the information going around in the background. Not the stuff you're hearing from mainstream media. Of course, mainstream media, Biden does not want, or Ukraine's not ready because they're in war. But in the same sentence, Biden turns around and tells his people that they're going to do what they need to do to support Ukraine and give reasons why they could join even during a war, basically. It's a problem. Sending cluster munitions to Ukraine. I hate to say this, but I gotta keep stressing it. When did we decide to destroy a ridiculous stockpile of VX gas in a single day? The same day we're supposedly shipping cluster munitions to Ukraine. The same day we're going to ship illegal international ammunitions to a country that has no alliance with us, no true alliance. But the chemical weapons just all get destroyed that day. It's very concerning, and people aren't reading into this enough because Russia has VX gas. We have VX gas. So if our VX gas, we destroyed it, and all of a sudden Russia supposedly uses VX gas in Ukraine because Ukraine uses VX gas there by themselves, we're going to step in. Our country is going to have to step in, and NATO as a whole is going to step in. We already see the surrounding of China. You know that's what the U.S. wants. They want to be able to try to take down China and Russia in one foul swoop. Unfortunately, I don't think it will end good for anyone on either side. It is very sad. Yeah, there's no way they destroyed VX gas. And that's what I'm afraid of, Linda. I'm afraid even if they sent one canister of VX gas, one missile capable of VX gas deployment to Ukraine, we could claim that Russia used VX gas in Ukraine, and there would be internationally, nobody would blink about it. Nobody would blink. And of course, that would immediately start World War III. It's scary watching the situation develop, and this NATO summit is a big push. Push for development, and what's going to happen next, we'll have to wait and see. But it is not going to be what we hope for, fortunately. We have a corrupt government here, corrupt governments throughout the world, all showing through. And nobody's even talked about Fed now started on January 7th or July 7th or 5th, I'm sorry, July 5th. Fed now is enacted. It's active now. Of course, the fees and all that stuff won't go active till the beginning of 2024. So nobody's paying attention to that yet. But be prepared. It's serious money. The government wants to be able to control what you can do, how you can do it, and they are going to do it. But God bless you all. God bless America. I wish I had better news, but as we're watching and waiting, we know we got so many scandals going on in the White House right now. Between a coke addict and his son, of course, claiming that they had no clue how the cocaine got in the White House. And a part of the White House that guests can't even go to. So we just got to watch and wait, see what's going to happen next. But God bless you guys. God bless America. We will be following up. And of course, if anything breaks, we will be going live immediately. So keep it short. God bless you guys. We will see you guys Wednesday night for sure. Maybe tomorrow night if anything happens. But for now, be safe, be strong, and be prepared more than ever. And pray for us all. Amen.